maybe we'll do it this way. We'll just do it with this camera, I guess. Okay, so let me just keep this right here. I would like to get the motherboard out of there before I start this, but I want to get like an initial bit cleaned off of this thing before I start like letting it touch other things. Does your wife know you have her dish rag? She's the one that handed it to me. But I told her that nothing was going to get ruined, and I was unaware that the paste would actually ruin a rag, so I figured it would just come off in the wash, but maybe not. Thermal paste is a nasty thing. Yeah, but I mean, I thought I was... All right, you know what? This is, again, inexperience, right? So, all right. So anyway, we have this. I'm going to go ahead and just pour it on this rag really quick. And nice. We'll go ahead and just start basically wiping this off really quick here. Little bits at a time, like that. That gives me sort of like some security in knowing that I'm not going to like get thermal paste all over the motherboard and all that stuff. So I'm going to fold this really quick. Do it again. You don't need a whole lot of alcohol, but you do want to make sure you get it all off. You don't want any leftovers. So let me just grab this and there we go. Just get a nice little scrub on there. And then we'll get the Q-tips in the end and we'll do some fine tuning on this, but I just want to get most of it off with a rag. This rag doesn't mean much. I won't use the other dish rag, but since you guys said the thermal paste will ruin it. But yeah. All right, so that should do it for a little bit there. And I can use the Q-tips to do most of the other stuff. Let me take a look at the chat again. Alien Isolation Charlie. I do plan to finish it. It's just not something I can do right away. But I do plan to finish Alien Isolation. Scared my pants off. Just pour the entire bottle into the PC. Best solution. No. Not going to do that. A $5 dish rag, just buy 2 more. Yeah, I know, exactly. But we have like a matching set for that, and I don't want to like ruin it. You can always buy a new dish rag. You can't buy a new... You can't get that cleaned. I know. I'm just gonna use these little washcloths here. I'm just gonna use these. It's fine. Okay. So a whole bunch more. Let's do one more pass on the wipe here. Let's get all of it off as much as possible. There we go. That's the stuff right there. I'll give you guys a quick look at the motherboard and CPU that I have. All right. So let's get the motherboard that's in here right now. Let's pick that up and get that out of here. There's only one problem with that plan. That's that this power cable is still attached because I can't freaking get it off. There we go. Okay. So now it's loose. All right, so do I have the original box for this? Pretty sure I do. Let me go over to my boxes really quick. I'm pretty sure I have the original box. Let me just close this so it doesn't spill. I'll be right back. I'll use the original box to set this on, which is down here, I think. Oh, I know I had you because you have all my booklets and stuff for it. I know you're down here somewhere. Well, it's okay. I can use this box. It's fine. I know I have the original. I just don't know where it is right now off the top of my head. I want to say that it's actually in the drawer of my desk, but it's okay. It'll be fine. You guys aren't going to see this thing sitting around anyway. Well, you're going to see it, but you're going to see it with the iPhone, not with the other cameras. Okay. I always keep all my boxes. Keep all the original boxes, because if there's any chance at all you're ever going to sell it, having the original box is huge. Like, it's just, it's not actually going to add any value specifically to the item, but to a buyer, it speaks volumes in terms of like how much you care about your stuff, you know? And like, I would totally care. Like if someone has the original box versus one that's, like if someone's brand new selling it for $369, which is what I think this motherboard cost when I bought it. It's $319 actually, I think. But it's a really expensive motherboard. But at the time, it had the compatibility with the Thunderbolt, and that's exactly what I wanted. So it's like, it made sense to me to do it that way. So let me switch to the iPhone, hopefully not resulting in interference. Last time I switched to the iPhone, it resulted in interference, so let's hope it doesn't this time. Okay, so we'll come over here. And obviously I can't see the chat right now, so but I will clean this. Don't say you. I will clean this. But this is the Asus X99 Deluxe 3.1. So it has compatibility with USB 3.1 at the time. That was a big deal. The reason I really love this motherboard is from all of these. There's so many USB ports on this. I thought it was amazing how many USB ports there were on this thing. I've been using a lot of them, right? And this is without the shield, of course, the I/O shield being right here. So like, you know, it would look like that. But there were so many on this thing. It was fantastic. Like I never did not have a port. Like I was never. It was like, oh, you have to plug a USB thing in your computer. That's fine. I have a spare port. I know I do. But I was using 7 of these things before. The new motherboard I have, I think only has 5. So I'm not sure how I'm going to play around with that. It is going to be a little easier though, because now that I have an XLR microphone, right? I just bought the RE20, right? Now that I have an XLR microphone and into a mixer, I can have a lot of the stuff that was plugged into here, which was being converted to USB so I could get it into my computer. I can now have that plugged into the mixer. So I think I might be okay. But that was this. And then the RAM I had was quad channel memory. It is released on this side too, right? Is both sides, or is it not both sides? Maybe it's not both sides. No, it's not both sides. Okay. I think I misspoke before. I think this is 2400. Yeah, this is 2400. So this is the G.Skill's Ripjaws 4, I believe. Yeah, Ripjaws 4. It is 2400 megahertz C15. So 2400 C15 compared to that stuff, which is 3200 C14. And it's 2 sticks instead of 4. So this memory is going to go on sale as well. I'm not trying to hawk my own stuff because I doubt anyone's interested in my stuff, but if anyone is interested in my stuff, I will have it available for a pretty steep discount if you're part of my follower base or community. Anyone who's part of the Discord or part of the Hot Tips community, anyone who's part of like my little group of people who follow me, I am like totally open to giving you a deal if you want some stuff. But I will clean the CPU. That's a 5930K. It's a pretty decent CPU. It's not like it's going to be like, you know, a bad CPU or anything. It's a great CPU, especially if you're a media producer because you have the 6 cores. And if you're better at overclocking than I am, I'm not a very good overclocker. So when I say I only was able to overclock it to 4.2 gigahertz, that's like me saying I was only able to do that with my incredibly noobish self. So you guys might be able to get it higher. I mean, I have no idea. You might be able to, but let me switch it to this camera really quick. And let me take a look at the chat really quick. Let's see. That's what add value means. One has sentimental value. Charlie's son was born in that dish rag. It was not. Alien Charlie appears again. What are you talking about? Alien Charlie? What are you talking about? I don't know what that means. Alien Charlie. Anyways, okay. So I'm pretty sure I've got most of this stuff off. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's a pretty good thing. I just have to take care of like the fine tuning, like residue fine tuning of this. So if I switch to this camera, does that give you guys a good view? Oh man, one of the cameras is really lagging though, isn't it? My encoder is probably pushing its limits. This laptop is not very strong. If I switch to just this camera, wow, it's really laggy, isn't it? This camera does not like me right now. If I disconnect it though, I might mess something up. So we'll go back to this one for now, I guess. That view is good. It's 3 frames per hour. Yeah, I need to figure out why that's happening. Maybe if I deactivate the camera and then activate it again, it'll work. If I go like this and then back to the Brio from there. Yeah, see, that fixed it. So we'll just kind of redo it. So, all right, so now I'm going to take the Q-tips and we're going to get some alcohol on the Q-tip. And I can do a bit more fine tuning on that then. Just a bit more like of the detail work, right? Getting all the residue off as much as possible. Getting it ready to go back on the new CPU, right? Oh yeah, starting to shine, getting it shiny. I got a whole bunch of thermal paste on my hands now, which is unfortunate, but I think we'll be all right. Yeah, I can see how shiny it is now. It's much shinier than it was before. Good, we need to do this again though. A little bit of detail work like that. All right, let's put this back down. I'm not sure how it got on my hands. Like, did it get off from the rag, or? That's a really big clump. That's a really big clump. Where did that come from? Was it on like the? Oh, it's on this. Oh, it's on the back of this. Yeah, is it on the back of all of these? No, not this one, not this one. So just these two. There's a whole bunch of thermal paste on this. Well, we'll fix that. We will fix that. As soon as I get this over here. Actually, switching views of my camera now. I have to be more conscious of which hand I use for that. Can I just put alcohol on my fingers and get rid of this? Like rub my hand in the alcohol and get rid of it? Something I can do, right? It's safe on the hands. I mean, it's used as an antiseptic for medical purposes, so it's got to be safe for the hands. Let's kind of get a new area of the cloth here. I wish I had like a head camera, you know, like a camera on top of my head. That'd be kind of cool. You guys could always see what I see. That'd be really sweet. Maybe look into that, like a Google Glass kind of thing, you know. Glasses camera, Charlie's glasses cam. Be sick, wouldn't it? I think that'd be awesome. I'm gonna look into that. All right, I think I got it off my hands now, so we're good. Let me also dip the other side of this Q-tip then. We'll go hunting for residue one more time. Go hunting for residue one more time. Oh yeah, there's still some in there. It's incredible how there's still some on there, but there is. Get all of it off. Come on. Get off of there. Everything off. There we go. There we go. What thermal paste did I buy? I actually have the same tube of thermal paste that I used 2 years ago. Arctic Silver 4. Or sorry, Arctic Silver 5. It's good shit, man. Really good shit. Arctic Silver is the way to go, in my opinion. It's a little expensive, but you get what you pay for, man. That shit is good. All right, let me just kind of rub this a little bit here like this. It's still on my hands. It's kind of still on my hands. A little bit, yeah. It's all right though. I need a trash. Let me get I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my trash can over here. Now, why am I yelling? I have the microphone's on my freaking shirt. Why am I like thinking I have to yell to you guys? It's weird. Don't do that, Charlie. All right, I'm just gonna take, now I have something to throw this away in. So, all right. Blah. Don't get it on my shirt. I like this shirt. Take a look at the chat really quick. Yet another nerd. Thank you so much for the subscription, man. For using your Twitch Prime subscription. You guys, like, you can use that Twitch Prime subscription anywhere, and you chose to use it with me. I humbly thank you, sir. Thank you. Or I assume your gender. I'm sorry. I humbly thank you. Yet another nerd. Thank you for the follow as well. Tell Charlie to look at the live stream Discord chat. Unable to do that. My Mac does not have the Discord installed, and my phone is over there, and that's the only way I'll be able to see it. So if you want to, there it goes. If you want to leave me a message, you're gonna have to do it in the Twitch chat, because that's the only place I can see the chat right now. So that's that, yeah. But can't post a link here. That's true. Or what you could do is you could message it, the link you want to send. You could whisper it to Doofy, and then Doofy could post it if it's a link that if it's a link he feels is necessary to post, I guess. I'm gonna go one more time with a Q-tip, and then I'm gonna use the clean part of this rag to wipe it off once I do that. So let's go one more time with the Q-tip here. I'm gonna be just a little off camera. I'm not gonna bother with switching just a second. Just want to get as much of this off as possible. I need all this residue off, man. Kind of hard to get it all off, to be honest. You might need like another. I think I'm gonna need a couple of more Q-tip passes. You can't use the rag very well. It doesn't work with like really getting it all off. You have to do it like a detailer. The Q-tip. Man, oh man, that stuff is really, it's very persistent, you know? Very persistent. It wants to stay on. Oh man, I just wiped more residue on. Shit. All right, well, we learned our lesson there, didn't we? Do not use the rag. Do not use the rag. We learned our lesson now. We won't be using the rag anymore. It's too much residue on it. There is no clean part of the, there apparently is no clean part of the rag. How do I get all this off then? Like, would I just go in a circle, I guess? Or just keep using Q-tips? I only have one left. I have to go upstairs and get another one if I want another one. I only brought 3 down. I didn't think I'd need more than 3. Kind of thought 3 was overkill, but apparently not. This is okay. I mean, it looks pretty good. I think maybe I used the other rag, because the other rag doesn't have any Arctic silver on it at all. So I have a little bit of thermal paste, like, residue isn't going to hurt that rag. It's going to be fine. I think I'll use that rag really quick because I know there's no thermal paste on it. Just to kind of really get it off, you know. Yeah, that looks nice. I think it's ready. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's give you guys a view. I want you guys to have a say. Get you guys to have a view of what's going on here. All right, let's go like this. There we go. Okay. All right, so switch to camera 4 and here. Can't really see it. Am I blocking the light? I'm blocking the light. There you go. What do you think? Are we cleaned off and ready to rock? Looks like there might be just a tad bit more near the bottom there. Yeah, there might be some right there. Looks like there's a little bit right there. But I think it's good enough. There's a little bit left right there, but I think that last Q-tip pass will take care of that. That's pretty good though. Why so many scratches? I don't know. Good question. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Well, that was me though. Hey, dummy, tripods, right? They need to they stand on 3 legs, not 2. It's okay, I need to plug this back in anyway. I don't want it to die. Gotta keep it on. I do not disturb mode. Okay, so one more pass on the Q-tip. Since I have another one, I might as well use it. Yep, we got more thermal paste on my hands. Damn. Stuff is so persistent, it will not leave me alone. It's nasty, you guys said. Thermal paste is nasty stuff. I agree. That's why we're going to be very careful when we apply it to our new CPU. I don't even have the new stuff out of the box yet, but that stuff's easy. Like the installation part's way easier than this part. The cleaning up part is a little bit more time consuming, I think, but you know what, that's good enough. I don't need to have it all off. All right, last Q-tip. Let's just kind of do some last detail work. Just don't want to take any chances with our little 8700K here. Don't want to take any chances with it. We'll just go one more pass with the alcohol here, just to make sure it's all gone. Why so many scratches? It might have something to do with the rag I just used to wipe it off. Maybe it's too coarse. But I don't think it matters because the thermal paste and stuff will fill in all those cracks anyway. All those scratches. Oh yeah, there was some more up there. We got it though. There was definitely some more up in that crack right there. For the most part though, only really the center part of the CPU matters. The heat is all coming from the middle. So as long as you get the middle really good, you can kind of skimp on the edges just a little bit more and it's not a big deal. Especially with water cooling. If it's air cooling, it might be a little different, but with water cooling, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Man, we got more residue. Oh yeah, this Q-tip is filled right up. This Q-tip is filled right up. We definitely had more there, for sure. You don't want that. You don't want any residue. This Q-tip is dark. It's dark gray. Wow. That's impressive. This stuff is really resilient. It's the first time I've ever cleaned thermal paste off of a cooler. Or yeah, first time I've ever cleaned thermal paste off of hardware before, so I'm surprised by how resilient it is, how incredibly difficult it is to remove. But it is. It's being difficult with me. All right. There we go. Just like that. All right. Once the Q-tip is no longer turning gray, I think that's probably the sign. That's what we got going on right now. This one is not turning gray on me. I think we're ready. Go ahead and use a different spot of this other rag than we used last time. We'll just kind of give it a nice once over there. Okay. I think we're good enough. I think we're good to go. So we'll transition this now into the new hardware, right? That's what you guys want to see is the new stuff, not the old stuff. Let's see the new stuff. So that is what we're going to show now. That's the stuff I'm excited about too, to be honest. It's the new stuff. Okay, I'm going to put this kind of, don't drag it. Don't drag it. Let's pick it up and put it down. And if you're wondering, yes, we're doing this on top of a pool table, but I have some acrylic right here. So I'm kind of protecting the table and dispersing the weight a bit more in that sense. Let me take a look at the chat really quick. Don't want to miss anything. Definitely there are scratches, rag scratches of the copper. Wow. I mean, it might have, I don't know. It was a pretty coarse rag. So like I thought it wasn't going to happen that way, but you know, might be a thing. You can do an overclocking guide for a video. I don't need to do that because the hell is his name? Durbrader professional overclocker already did that. So like I'm going to be following his guide. So there will be no need for me to do an overclocking guide because his is very thorough. So because I'm going to be following his. Okay, and his overclocking guide is, oh man, there's thermal paste on top of my case. No, there's thermal paste on my case. I must remove it, quick. Get to the chopper. I don't like this. Don't get it on my case. Not on the motherboard or anything, but it's on the case for sure. It's definitely there. All right, let's get that off. Let's get it off. Let's get it off. I don't know how that got there. Is there anywhere else? Thermal paste anywhere else? Yeah, we got a little drop right here. Not on my clothes, is it? Wouldn't surprise me. I don't think so. My beard is rubbing up against the mic, though. Sorry about that. All right, well, I'll wipe that down with the other rag. I mean, my drying rag, I guess. There we go. Sorry, Fantex. If you're curious about what it is, if you're just joining me, welcome. This is an upgrade stream. I'm upgrading my PC from a i7 5930K and an Asus Deluxe or Asus X99 Deluxe 3.1 motherboard to a i7 8700K with a ROG Maximus 10 Hero Wi-Fi Edition motherboard. And what I'm going to do now, I think, is, sorry about that, I'm going to get the case out of the way. So let's just go ahead and pick this case up. Oh. I'm just kidding, it's not that heavy anymore. All the hardware's out of it, pretty much. Set it down over here, because I don't need to see it right now. And then we're going to get the motherboard of this here first. So let's just take this. This is the Maximus Hero, right? It's kind of upside down for you guys as far as the box goes, but there is no upside down once I get it out of the box. All right, so I don't have anything on my hands, do I? Actually, kind of a little bit. Let me just kind of give it a little bit of treatment. Just give me a second. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything when my hands have thermal paste on them. Come on, now clean it. There we go. This alcohol stuff, it's dry immediately. All right. So this motherboard is kick-ass. It's made with extremely high quality materials, which is why I chose it. It's also apparently, judging by the overclocking guides, that's not broken. It's just whatever. By the overclocking guides that are available online, it's also the most capable overclocker as far as motherboards go. So Asus, Republic of Gamers, once again coming in my opinion, to be boss, to be the king. ROG is the man. Asus is the man. But this box does not want to let it out. Oh, don't mess the box up. But I don't want to mess the box up, but at the same time, I kind of need it out. It's kind of made to break, I think. I think the box is designed to... What's this? What is this? Oh, there's a plastic tab on the side here. And you use that to lift the motherboard out of the box. Oh, that's nice. How thoughtful of them. Oh, and it broke. Could have saw that coming. Maybe just tip it upside down. Just be gentle with it, but tip it upside down. It's kind of stuck in the box. I don't want to break the box, though. But it is really stuck in there really well. Stuck my finger right in a fan header. It always feels good, right? Just pick my finger right with a fan header. All right, come on. There we go. Now we're out of there. Sweet. Motherboard. Woohoo. All right. Look at this. Let's get my travel cam ready so I can give you guys a look. Give you guys a look at it. All these ads that keep popping up on this app. It's the pro version of the app too. All right, so look at this. Maximus Hero Wi-Fi AC edition. I paid the same price as the non-Wi-Fi version. It's the only reason I got the Wi-Fi version is because the non-Wi-Fi version is completely sold out. Probably because nobody wants the Wi-Fi version. But there's the motherboard. Looks pretty sick. Feels really solid. It feels really sturdy. I'm not the authority on hardware per se, but this feels really good. I mean, it's plastic here, but the rest of the stuff is just like this little logo area here. For the, I think this is a heat spreader for the M2 slots. I think is what that is. Don't know. Might be. Not sure what that is, but anyway, this feels good. Feels solid. Looks to me like we have all our USB plugins over there down at the bottom here. And of course, motherboard power, obviously external power there. We've got plenty of SATA connections here, 6 to be exact. The other motherboard I had more than 6. I think it had. I think it had 8. Let me check really quick. I'm not sure why this tripod is here. I was gonna use it with my phone, but I thought the little one would be better. So the SATA connections on this old motherboard, there's 6 here. You can kind of see it. I'm kind of in your light, but maybe if I tip it up a little bit, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, there's 6 here, and then there's another 2 here. So there's actually 8 in this one, which is kind of nice if you're, I guess, if you have a lot of need for more SATA connections. It's pretty nice, I think. 4 RAM bays. It only supports dual channel memory. So that's why I'm swapping to this RAM, because that RAM over there is quad channel memory. And I can just have 2 cards here, which gives me a future-proofness a little bit, right? Because if I decide I want 64 gigabytes of RAM, I just buy 2 more of these cards and I have the room for it, as opposed to over there where I had quad channel memory in place. And now granted, that board over there has more space for RAM. You can kind of see there's more slots, right? It's not just these 4 slots. There's actually 8 drive bays or 8 RAM bays in this motherboard. So like there's a lot of RAM capacity here, but I was installing it just these 4 cards as quad channel. But that being said, you know, I always buy hardware with the idea that if I need something extra added to it in the future, I can do that. And that's sort of what I did there. Let me just switch this to this view again. Get this camera back over here. I can't see the battery life on this, but I imagine it's getting up there now. I hope it's getting up there now. I'm actually going to plug the iPad in so I can keep seeing the chat. We'll let that phone linger a little bit there. Okay, so that's the motherboard. Now, the CPU. Let's open this box up and take a look at it. Now, I have opened this box in the past. I've already opened this box before just to take a look at the chip, but I have not taken the chip out of its plastic container yet. So it's still sealed, right, in its plastic container. You guys can kind of see it up there. I'll show it down here, it's fine. Little CPU, right? It's kind of nifty. Let me take a look at the chat really quick here too. Let's see. Definitely use too much paste. I don't know if I agree with that. But then again, I don't think it matters too much, you know? Like the thing about thermal paste, like everyone has, like I said before in the beginning, like earlier on the stream, like everybody has their opinion on how to do thermal paste properly, but at the end of the day, it really makes virtually no difference how you do your thermal paste unless you put way too much on and it starts spilling over, or you put like way too little on. But like anywhere in the middle ground where it's like way too little or way too much, it's not going to make that big of a difference on your performance or on your heat. It just doesn't matter. And if you want a little bit more testing on that, you can take a look at Linus Tech Tips' channel on it, because he talked about that in a video too, where they tested a whole bunch of different ways to spread it, different methods of applying it, different quantities of applying it, different thermal pastes together. They've done all sorts of that stuff, and their results were basically inconclusive in terms of like what was best to do. Their results all showed basically the same performance unless you went way too little or way too much. And way too much still showed fairly decent performance. It was just messy. So, Charlie, each channel supports 2 sticks of RAM. What? What are you talking about? Why? Not sure how that would be a thing, but okay. All right, so anyway, dual channel memory, that's what my motherboard supports now, so that's good. And then we have 8700K. Katie Cakes, thanks for the host. Appreciate it. If you haven't checked out Katie Cakes, totally should, because she's pretty cool. I only just now, or just recently discovered her. It's kind of rare, and I don't want to be sexist about this, right? But in my opinion, it's kind of rare that you get, like, I feel like, yeah, you're cool people. I feel like, and this is probably my very inexperienced person talking for Twitch-wise, but I feel like most, I don't know how I want to word that. I feel like most female streamers are just not that entertaining, I guess, personality-wise. They seem to like really rely on like boob streamers. I'm just gonna say it, right? A lot of them seem to do that, and Katie Cake's there in the chat. She's got an intriguing personality that drew me in, so I decided to. Thanks for the host, appreciate it. I'll stop right there before I get in trouble. I'm a nice guy, I swear. All right, so this is the RAM. It's open now. Everything's open now. Cool stickers, G.Skills. I might use that. I'm a fan of stickers. I like stickers. Stickers are nice. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do now. Do I want to set this in here? Or do I not want to do that yet? I'm not sure the order I want to do this, but I think I want to do it in this order. I think I want to do it in this order. So let's lift this up. You guys can't see it very well because it's a little high up in there, but maybe if I zoom the camera in a bit, maybe this will help you guys. If I zoom this camera, I'm going to have to move it around a little bit, so it might be a bit disorienting for a second, but I will supplement it with, actually, you know what, let's do this. I'll give you guys this view. Now I can't do that because I have to actually see it, so I'm just going to move this camera really quick. So I don't want you guys to like get disoriented, but if I zoom this in just a tad bit more, might have a better view of it. Now, it's not really going to affect it much. Didn't really change much. So I think instead what we'll do is I'll get camera 4 ready, and we'll use camera 4 instead. Let's get camera 4 ready instead. Okay, so camera 4, you have been summoned. Come hither, camera 4. Camera 4, camera 4, okay. So now where can I set this up? I wonder. The whole process of trying to figure out how to present it to you guys is actually taking a lot more time than it's supposed to. But this is what I'm working under. My regular quality rig is the one that's being dissected. I have to go with suboptimal equipment here. Pink Panther, hello. Hi. I'm only amusing because you enjoy my pain when I play horror games. Yeah. Do you play any other games, Katie? Like any other games? Like, do you play any like anything else other than horror games primarily? I know you played Stardew Valley for a bit. I saw that. So I guess I'm kind of interested in like what you play, because I've only ever really stopped in and only really saw you when you were playing horror games. All right, so let's get this up. That's nifty. That's really nifty. Has it always been like that? Look at this. What do you guys think? Look at the inside of this. Look at the pins. Has it always been like that? Doesn't that look weird to you? I think that it looks weird to me. Maybe it's not weird, but it's like lifted up, right? It's like lifted up pins are, or the areas for the pins to go in. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to go like this. I'll see what you guys think about that, because that looks a little bit weird to me. The last motherboard I had and stuff, it didn't do that. It didn't look like that. So, okay, we're looking for the arrow, right? Looking for the arrow. Isn't that how you do this? I forget how I did this before. Hello, chip. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. That right there, folks, is what an 8700K looks like. Can I get it? Can I get it? Figure out where it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, got it. Kind of. Not really in focus. Zoom out a little bit. There it is. Huh? That right there is what an 8700K looks like. Bam. Okay. So now I need to line it up with the arrows. At least that's the way it usually is. There's a part on this there's a part on the chip. Typically, I thought anyway. Maybe not. Yeah, there's two actually. There's two on this. So where does that correspond on this? Oh, where is it? Does it go? There's the arrow. I think the arrow goes in the slot. No, shit. The arrow goes in okay, so in my last motherboard, right? The last motherboard I had, there was a mark, which you guys can't see this very well. Let me carefully put this back in the plastic from whence it came. Don't hurt something. My last motherboard, which you can't see it now because of, it's over there. But there's an arrow on the CPU, which I can see right here. See that little arrow right there on the corner? There's only one. The other corners don't have that, but there's a little arrow there on that. And that's sort of how you can tell how to line it up. But this doesn't appear to have any indicator for it. And I'm like wondering is the box going to tell me? No. I'm wondering if I have to look this up. Maybe you guys can see. Look at the CPU cover, okay? CPU cover. All right, let's look at the CPU cover then. Let's do that. We're just going to take this out really quick. Line up the arrow with this side really, really gently. Just let it sit there for a second. So the CPU cover looks like this. And is it telling me? Is that going to tell me what to do here? Unless this isn't the cover. Oh, you mean the cover. Not the case, the cover, Charlie. The cover! She's talking about completely different thing. Now let's take this in bold, capital letters. The cover, dumbass, the cover. All right, the cover. Important. See, it says it right there. Important. Processor first, then remove to keep cover. So it looks to me like processor goes. It's kind of hard to see. I need light. The problem with standing here where I'm standing is that I'm always standing in my own light. So the light is directly above me. So I'm going to have to put my dork light back on so I can see what I'm looking at here. We'll place the cover and then move. So it looks like to me the arrow is here. There it is. I see it. The arrow is there. So I want to line the arrow on the processor up with that arrow there. So let's lift this back up. And then that arrow goes like this. And we'll just kind of jiggle it just a little bit. Make sure it's setting nice and neat. A little bit of play. Good. And then we'll pop that down for now. I'm not going to clamp it down completely yet, but that's what I'm going to do for now. Let's put this tripod back like that, I think. Okay, so it says, and again, I'm being really, really careful with this because this is my second time I've ever done this with a CPU. So, and the first time I did it was, if you're just joining me, the first time I did this was 2 years ago. So, I'm a little bit, I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Place the cover, removing the processor. So I should be able to now clamp this down, right? and the cover will move itself. There we go. So the CPU is now sitting, is now seated properly. Cover moves itself. So there we go. Cool. CPU is in the motherboard. Oh no, no pop. What do you mean no pop? I did jiggle it just a little bit. Fine. Totally fine. Is it supposed to pop, like a really loud pop? I mean, it made a noise, but it made a noise, but maybe you guys couldn't hear it because of the, the fact that the only sound you guys hear from my stream is this lav mic on my chest, so maybe that's it. It did make a little noise, but it wasn't like a loud pop or anything. Cover does a pop thing when it comes off. I don't think it was a pop. I wouldn't classify it as a pop. More of a, I don't know, like it sounded like plastic just finally coming loose, really. But it seems like it's in there. So I'll give you guys another view, I guess. It seems like it's in there pretty fine. It's fine, right? Looks good. I think so. I think it's sexy. If a computer could be such a thing. If a computer could be such a thing. Uh-oh. Stay stable on your tripod, please. Tripod, please. Nope. All right. It happens. It happens. That's okay. We're going to set this aside. Set this over here and let it charge some more, I guess. This tripod is like so cool. Like this little tiny tripod on this phone. I like highly recommend it for people, man. It's so cool, in my opinion, which is like, what it's worth. Very, very cool. Okay, so here's my thing. I'm in the way of the camera now. Here's my thing. I want to put the RAM in. And after I put the RAM in, then, and only then, am I going to try to get it into the motherboard. And then once I'm in the motherboard, then I have to put the thermal paste on and then do the thing with my radiator. You guys want me to flip the fans in my radiator, which is probably way easier to do that after or before I put the motherboard back in. It's probably easier to do the fan thing. The thing is, I question whether I even need to do that. So, now is your chance, chat. You more experienced dissidents. Now is your chance. Tell me, oh good sirs, why it is worth it to me to flip the fans on my radiator, because you guys said I did it wrong, and I believe you. But is it worth the effort, right? Is it worth the effort to flip it? Like, what is it going to do for me? What is the benefit that I get out of it? Also, if you're just joining, and if you're just here and you're like, you're not familiar with who I am, I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I know the vast majority of you guys are lurkers, and I want you to know, all you lurkers, I appreciate you a lot. Thank you for being here. How much will you sell your old CPU? I'm not sure. What I'm planning on doing actually is selling the CPU with the motherboard, but because that way I can just, I don't know how that works. Like if you buy a motherboard, would you buy a motherboard and a CPU together if the CPU is still seated in there? I don't think so. I have no way of taking care of the CPU. I guess I could just use this plastic box. I could just put it in this. I could do that. My old chip could fit in here, I think. Maybe not. I think it's a bigger chip. I think it's got a bigger body too, but I don't know how much I would sell it for. I have to think about it, to be honest. I haven't given it much thought yet. I know I'm going to sell it. The thing is, with another CPU and another motherboard, and having extra RAM already, I'm kind of more than halfway to having a second PC. I could do a stream PC if I wanted to. I'm pretty close to just having a stream PC. But the 5930K, as good as it is, it has pretty low single core performance compared to say, honestly, as far as a gaming PC, as far as a gaming chip goes, my 5930K is probably a lot worse than say a 4790K. Because the quad core at a high clock speed is going to be better for gaming than a than more cores at a lower clock speed. In the future, that's probably going to change because games will probably utilize more cores later on. But yeah, retain all the covers, don't dump them. I agree with you. I'm not entirely sure that I retained this little plastic cover that I had for my 5930K. Not entirely sure. I know I still have the box, but I don't know if I still have this. This is kind of a small piece. I'm confident that I still have this little plastic cover for the motherboard, though. Pretty confident in that. If I'm wrong, then I guess I have to sell it at a discount. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, fan screws are a bitch. Don't. That's what I'm thinking. If it's not going to provide a significant benefit to me, then I'm not going to bother with it. But like I said, the 5930K that I have with the H100i, the water cooler that I have, I mean, I have never seen my CPU above 65 degrees. Like I said, I've never seen it above 65. So, granted, I've got really great cooling in my case and stuff, but yeah. Yes, it's worth it both. One push, one's pull. I know one's push, one pull. What I want to know is why do I want to switch that? What is the brain thing on the ceiling? Oh, when we had our housewarming party, this is like 3 years ago. We had our housewarming party. My wife and her friend, they hung up some decorations and stuff, and it's just still sitting there. Like, we haven't moved it in like 3 years. So that's what that is. It's like a roughly decoration thing. That's all it is. I stripped like 3 of mine. Honestly, like, I don't think it's worth it. I think I'm gonna leave it. And you know what? If I need, because I have adequate fan cooling, like I have adequate airflow. I think what's gonna happen is if I test my CPU and it's getting like 85 degrees, you know, which is still fine under load after an overclock. If it's 85 degrees before an overclock, then it's not fine. But if it's like 85 degrees after I overclock it, then you know, maybe I'll look at switching the fan. But if this CPU is still like this one's gonna run hotter. It will run hotter because it's gonna use a lot more juice. But I mean, if it keeps itself under 80 degrees, I'm not going to bother with messing with the fans. I don't care. Your PC, do what you want. Well, I will do what I want, but I want to know more information so that I can make a better informed decision, you know? Okay, so I think with that out of the way, I'll put the RAM in. Now, I do need to consult the manual for this to know. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like gray with gray and black with black, but I think while that is a safe assumption, I would like to know for sure. So I'm going to put this to the side just for a second, and let me see if the manual tells me where that's supposed to go. If there's even a manual in here, which, this is nice. This is nice. Look at all these. These are all stickers, guys. These are all stickers. That is a lot of stickers. That is cool. Game on. Like, every single one of these are stickers. Is that not badass? Like, if you're a fan, right? If you're a fan of you know, Asus, right? Republic of Gamers, which so far I kind of am, because so far my experience with their stuff has been really nice. But look at all these different decals, different colors. So like if I have like a blue build, if I'm gonna have like blue LEDs, I could put like these little blue stickers in there. I don't know. Like, I'm not really into the whole RGB thing. I don't really do a whole lot of LED lighting because I don't really care. A lot of people care. I don't care. Look at this. This is a coaster. This is a Republic of Gamers coaster, like to set your drink on. This is amazing. They put so much cool stuff in here. Oh, I want this one. They put so much cool stuff in here. That's awesome. Oh, I'm totally using that. The choice of champions. That's awesome. All right. Manual. I'd like to get you out of there if I could. Obviously, there's a CD. We're going to go ahead and just toss that to the side and never use it again. And never see it again. Let's see. Custom cable mod. Ooh, enter your coupon code for custom cable mod. All right, maybe. Probably not. I don't really care with the aesthetics of my PC. I just want it to work really well. Okay, so this is the hero. Now I want to look at the RAM section. I know this is like the most boring part of the stream for you guys, probably. But I'm hoping I'm engaging with you enough, you know? I want to be engaging while still getting this done. I wanted to be done with this whole thing by 4 p.m., which means I have an hour. I don't think it'll take an hour to install that motherboard. It might, though, with all this, you know, with the stream interaction and stuff, it definitely takes way longer. Like, if I wasn't streaming this, I'd be done with this. I would have been done with this an hour ago. So I'm looking for DIMM installation. Yeah, 2-6. Wait, 2-6 is not a page. A section, right? Oh, it is a page. Okay. 2-6. So DIMM installation. Yeah, tell me where to put RAM that's together. Can you do that? Motherboard installation. Yeah. I know all that stuff. Can you just tell me where to put the RAM? Like, I'm assuming it's gray and gray and black and black. I think it's a really safe assumption, but I want to be sure. I suppose, like, what's the worst that can happen, right? If I install it like that, what's the worst that could happen? It just doesn't detect those RAM. Only detects one card. Maybe it will detect more than that. I don't know. Oh, don't ruin the stickers. Damn. Let's see. And get some context on what they mean by flipping the fans. Okay, so what they mean by flipping the fans, right? The flipping the fans argument that's happening in the chat. Basically, I've got a liquid cooler, okay? So there's a radiator up there. I'm gonna put this back on the table, but just not quite yet. There's a liquid cooler up here. This is H100i, and it runs down to this block, which I just cleaned with thermal paste off of. That radiator, which you can kind of see, but not really because of the light, has two fans on it. There's two fans. There's 2 fans. One of them is blowing air in, and one of them is blowing air out. And you know, that's just the way I installed it. And they're telling me that I need to flip that. That I need to have both fans pointing out. That's what they're telling me. I am under the argument that it doesn't freaking matter what I do, and I could leave it there. But they're telling me that that is wrong, with a stern wag of their finger. They're telling me that that's wrong and that I need to do it differently. So, you know, I was asking them, what's the practical reason? Like, what is the benefit I'm going to get for that additional time and potential risk of stripping a screw? You know? BIOS update utility. I already have the updated BIOS on a thumbstick, so I'm good with that. I would like it to tell me which ones is which here. Do I have to actually go online to see a diagram? System memory, 1.5. All right, we'll go to 1.5 then. I want to be sure. I want to be absolutely sure. There it is. Okay, so yep, okay. Yep, I'm right. Black with black, gray with gray. Just want to make sure. So I was right. Let's go like this then. I'll put the manual over here. I might need it later. Take the stickers. I'm going to put the stickers back in the box because this coaster, oh, I'm going to use that. You know it. The CD, I'm not going to use that. I know it. Probably use the CD as a coaster too. It's a terrible coaster though. All right, so now put this back. Let's go ahead and discharge myself. There's no static on me anyway. Concrete floor, whatever. Okay, next step is getting this into the motherboard then. So let's move this over here. And now what we want to do is get this case back up on the table. Case back up on the table. And we're going to lay it down flat as well. Make sure I'm not scrunching anything important. I don't believe I am, but I might be. Oh, I might be. There it goes. Okay. It's better. All right, then. So, looks clean enough to me. What we got to do now is get this placed into here. Now, is the I/O shield pre-installed? Whoa. Yeah. I/O shield is pre-installed. It's kind of cool. I haven't seen that before. I'm sure motherboards have done it, but I haven't seen it. All right, let's get this cooler out of the way. I'm trying to get it out of the way, but it's kind of finicky with me here. All right, let's kind of keep away. Actually, this is a good opportunity for me to clean this, which is not like the most exciting thing in the world to watch, but I think it's kind of necessary. I'm going to clean this just a little bit. More of a dusting, really, not just like anything else, but I'm just going to take some of this alcohol, sort of just wet down this rag. Not the one we use the thermal paste on. Although that is the side, actually. I just wetted the side that I wiped. Okay, well, never mind. So you guys can't see it, but I'm like, not the one we did this in. And then I proceeded to wet the same exact section. Here we go, brand new section here now. All right, let's just kind of wet this down with some alcohol. Just to like soak up if there's any if there is any dust or anything, it'll just sort of get soaked up with the alcohol. Alcohol's not going to hurt anything. Clean the fans a little bit. Just enough, like I'm not going to like go super thorough, but just enough to like wipe it down. I might as well, I'm right here. You know, I got access to it right now. I think it's a good idea to always take care of your stuff. Now it seems like a really redundant sentence, but so many people just set it and forget it on their PCs. And like I've always been a person that just really, I can't say always a person. I don't want to say always. That's not true. Like growing up, not true. If my mom's watching, she's going to know that it's not true. But like lately, since adulthood, if you will, I'm really like tedious about placing my stuff where it goes, taking care of it, not breaking things, and making sure that things are used. Maybe it's just like a boring adult person speaking here. For those of you out there who are like 15 and 16 who drive your cars really fast on the freeway, I'm cool, man. Don't worry, I was there. I did that too. And then I learned. That it doesn't matter at all. And it's definitely not worth it. All right. All right, you know what? This is fine. This is a nice little wipe down. Some alcohol everywhere. But it's fine. A little bit of thermal paste right there. There we go. All right. Nice clean job. I like that. It's good. Just want to take a quick second just to say, once again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. You right there. I'm watching you. I'm not watching you. You're watching me. And I'm saying thank you for watching me. Okay, so put this in here. Now, this is going to go in. Should I get a different camera for this? Probably get a different camera. I think, you know what? I can do this. Let's take the iPhone camera again. Set this up right here. Oh yeah, right there. That's a good spot for that camera. There wasn't an ad on the screen. It'd be a good spot of the camera if there wasn't an ad on the screen. It's kind of the downside of this arrangement. That's an okay. If it falls, then you guys will, you know, of course, fall with it. But actually, it's pretty good. Actually, I like the way this is looking. Wait till you guys see this camera angle. This is nice. As long as it doesn't tip over and fall, which it might. All right, we'll switch to this one now. Cool. So let's put this in here. I/O shield pre-installed, which is awesome. Now getting that in there though is going to be different because these cables are kind of already run through. So I kind of have to get the cables out of the way, like way out of the way. All right, let's try this. Oh, get in there. Oh, don't. Be cool. Everyone be cool. Be cool. Oh, line up. Oh, you're gonna line up beautifully, aren't you? You are gonna line up beautifully. It's an ATX motherboard, so it should fit right in this case like a champ, just like the last one. Oh, get out of the way, cables. All the cables are in the way. All right, so I should be able to butt this right up against the opening for the I/O shield. There is a a plastic film on the edge of the I/O shield, on the other side. You know, there's a film on it, so I am gonna have to remove that before I finally take this down. But for the most part, this is fine. I think it's sitting in there nice and neat. I think, it's in my opinion, it's sitting in there nice and neat. Let me get a drink of water really quick. Delicious. Let's do another discharge. Okay. All right. So now the trick here is going to be to secure it. To secure it to the case. Once it's secured, fully secured, at that point, then I'm going to start putting stuff in it. Is that the right order of magnet? Is that what I should do, or should I put the water block on it first? I don't see why I would want to do that. Water block would go like this, which you guys can't see because my hand's in the way. So like this, right there, right? But let me read the chat really quick to see what you guys are saying. Peel off the plastic on the I/O shield. Yep, I will do. Before I finally secure this thing, I will. I just want to make sure everything is set and ready for me to do that. Then I can kind of slide it in. Discord is down. Really? Well, that sucks. All servers down. Sorry about that. Thankfully, you guys are here and not Discord, so I don't have to worry about it. If you guys have any friends that like PC installation shit, feel more than welcome to share the stream with them. We're about ready to install a Maximus 10 Hero and an 8700K into a Fantex Deluxe black case. And we're going to be cooling it with an H100i liquid cooling block, or liquid cooling radiator system, closed loop system, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so go Apex Gaming HDYT. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm just moving some stuff around. You guys can't see it, but I'm just moving some stuff around, getting ready for this. All right. So I'm going to take the plastic film off of the I/O shield now. Which I kind of have to, wow, I kind of have to do that before I put it in here, don't I? Yeah, I kind of have to. All right, well, get them out of there then. I guess I'm gonna have to put fingerprints on it, but it is what it is. All right, let's just kind of peel this. It's a tough peel, actually. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, this is a tough peel. It's pretty persistent little tape here. It's really pretty persistent. Ah! There it goes. All right. If you're just joining us, welcome. Not my typical stream. So if you're here and you're like, hey, this is pretty cool. I don't want to disappoint you, but I don't do this very often. This is my own personal rig. I don't build PCs as a streaming channel or anything. Build PCs. If you want to know more about me, you can use the !info in the chat, and the bot should tell you a little bit more about me. You can also see the panels and stuff underneath the stream. The panels and stuff will tell you a lot too, as well as tell you everywhere else I am. YouTube is my primary place, but I'm actually, to be honest with you, to be completely as transparent as possible, for those of you who know me from YouTube, I gotta say, guys, I am definitely liking Twitch. And I am definitely putting more time into Twitch, a lot more time into Twitch in the coming months, a lot more. I'm gonna go from streaming 3 to 4 hours a week to streaming 20 hours a week, and that starts in a couple of weeks. The schedule that's below the stream, that's my schedule after Thanksgiving weekend. So it's gonna go a lot more then. It's gonna be good. All right, cool. So let's do, yeah, IO Shield is in place now. You guys can't see it very well, but IO Shield is totally in place now. Get off my screen, you stupid ads. So this is what we got, right? Just gonna grab this camera really quick. This is what we got. Okay, looks nice. I think it looks solid, sexy. I'm not gonna use half of those little like these here, right? Does anyone use these anymore? I'm really curious. Does anyone actually use like all of these? Because I don't have a need for them. Maybe that's just me, but I don't have a need for them. And then this here is the Wi-Fi component, which I assume there is a piece of hardware, I guess, built into the motherboard, maybe. But this one here comes with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth as well. This motherboard does. However, it uses these little pins. And what you do is you take, and I'm going to kind of go into my little desk here really quick. I'm going to let you see inside there, though, just because it's messy and full of crap. But it comes with this little antenna, right? And what you do is you basically rotate it. It's got a magnet on the bottom, so it'll stick to the case. It'll stick anywhere on this case. Like it'll just pop it, and it'll just stay there, you know. But what you do is you plug these little things here, these three little ends here. You plug those into the motherboard there, and then that gives you Bluetooth and Wi-Fi in that motherboard. Which I used the Bluetooth once. I've used the Wi-Fi more than once, but I never really needed to. Let's just discharge myself really quick. I never really needed to. I have to do that anyway. I just moved away. But I've used it and it works. It works. It's for what it is. It works. For example, I have this Bluetooth here. Ignore this bar. It's a mess. I've got this little speaker system for my basement in case I'm like working out and I want music. But that's a Bluetooth speaker system, and so sometimes I would send Bluetooth from there over to the speakers. But most times I just use my phone for it because it's easier. Okay, let me get a different camera view so you guys don't get like moving all over the place. I think I'm probably going to just let this camera not be a thing for a while and focus, because I want to meet my schedule here and I want to be done by 4. I would like to be done by 4. It would make me very happy if I was done by 4. If I'm not done by 4, then well, tough shit. We're gonna do it until we're done. But I would like to be done by 4. Okay. So what I want to do now is I got to screw this and fasten it. So I need the screws that came with here, and I probably want my dork light again. Where'd my dork light go? Where did my dork light go? I'm not wearing it, am I? No. Anybody seen my dork light? Has anybody seen? I'm like literally looking everywhere. I don't see it anywhere. What did I do with it? Oh, it's hiding behind the case. All right, cool. Let me check the chat really quick. Major outage, huh, on Discord? That sucks. Sorry about that. Apex Gaming says cool. I think it's cool. Welcome. I think it's cool. All right, dork light is on. If you don't know what a dork light is, let me show you what a dork light is. You can kind of see it right now, but this is the dork light. Because it's a nice light, but it makes you look like a dork when you wear it. But it's really useful, so I use it. Okay, so let's put in the screws. I need my screwdriver. Got my little tray here, and the screws go in. Ooh, it needs to be moved over just a little bit. It's not quite lined up. It needs to be. Whew, that's got to be tight. All right, we can make that happen though. Let's go like this. There's no such thing as too tight. Gotta put some humor into this, don't we? Come on now. Okay, a little screw in this hole here. I know you guys can't see this very well, but there's not a whole lot I could do about that, so I hope this is enough for you. It's better than what you get with most, but maybe not as good as you'd get with some. Let's put one in the middle here. Kind of secure the middle. There we go. All right, let's go into the side over here. If I can get that in there. Come on now. There we go. I love the little magnets. So good. So good. Always have to have magnets. Screwdrivers with magnets in them, they cost more, and you're probably like, what? Pay that much for that? Huh. Tell you what, right now, the moment you drop that tiny little screw down that tiny little hole and you can't get it out, you are going to wish you paid that extra money. There we go. I want to tighten. Don't want to tighten it too much, but you know, you want it a little snug. It's not like snug, snug, snug. Not yet, until they're all in, and then I'll tighten them down like in a little sequence on the outside. But whoops, hang on. Oops, slipped. Come on now. This is a hard one to get to. Let the magnet do the work. There we go. That's another thing too. You can kind of steer things and direct things that you would otherwise not be able to get your hands into. Can I not get that in there? It is not going in, which is odd because it's lined up perfectly with the hole. Here we go. Do I have any subs? Like, you mean like a sandwich? Just kidding. Yeah, I got some subs. I don't have very many, but the ones I have are wonderful people. Oh my gosh. Okay, I cannot get that in there. It does not. The screw is not going in. Let's try a different one. Or maybe let's try this, putting this in a different hole. Maybe it's just not happy with its hole. Let's see. I mean, I don't think it's a terrible thing if every screw fits in except for that hole. I don't think that's necessarily a detrimental thing. It'll be fine to have one screw missing, but because for the most part, it's all like fastened in anyway. It's nice. So let's get this one in over here. Right here. If you're just joining me and you're used to my live streams, welcome. I don't have any of the, I don't know if there's anybody doing this, but I don't have any of the like the typical pop-ups, the bit boss. I don't have any of that stuff on this stream because it's my Mac. All that stuff is kind of on my PC. So, which obviously is out of commission at the moment. Obviously the PC cannot be doing what it needs to do. But if you want a good example of the kind of work I do with this PC, two places you can go with it. You can go to youtube.com/hottips. That's the YouTube link in the panels down below. Or you can go to pryormedia.net. That's what I really do. That's what I do professionally, though. So that's not really useful to you unless you need a job that you want to hire me for. Oh no. You can also go to lessonindiplomacy.com. That's a documentary film I made. It was on PBS. But I actually didn't make that with the PC. I made that with my MacBook. That film, 100% edited on my MacBook. Eat your heart out, people. 100%. It never touched my PC, that film. It couldn't because all the footage is on that RAID, that Thunderbolt RAID. And that Thunderbolt RAID it's really nice. You know, it's formatted as a nice RAID, but unfortunately, it's formatted with soft RAID. It's not a hardware RAID. It's formatted with a program called Soft RAID, which is Mac exclusive, and it kind of puts this proprietary formatting to it that prevents it from working with a PC. It's kind of silly. So I actually wasn't able to use it with my Thunderbolt card. So lessonindiplomacy.com is a full feature, hour and a half, almost an hour and a half long film that was produced entirely on the laptop that's streaming the stream right now. Well, not entirely. I mean, obviously I, recorded footage with cameras and stuff, but the editing of it was done the editing of the story was done entirely on the laptop. There were some other people that had a hand in it, of course. Obviously, I know no film was done completely solo. Not many, anyway. Maybe a Michael Moore thing, but even he has help. But I think that's the last screw. 1, 2, let's tighten this down a bit. 2, 3, tighten this down a bit. Yep, 4, good. 5, good. 6, make sure it's nice and tight. Good. 7, not too tight, just snug. Just enough to make sure it ain't going anywhere. Can't quite get this one. Is this already stripped? I think that screw's already stripped. Oh, that one's not coming out. Not yet, anyway. Okay, so that's in. Motherboard's in. Yay! Oh, now I have the bright light. Oh, yeah, I had the dim light on. This is way easier. Yeah, I should have had this brighter light on. Note to self, don't use the dim light, use the bright light. Okay, let's check out chat really quick. I want to talk to you guys a little bit more. What you guys got for chat? Yeah, so do I have any sub? Yeah, I have some, but not only a few. I have some. It's more like an eye of God than a dork light. It's nice. These are so nice, though. Like, they're so compact. This is a Snap-on one, which, if you know anything about tools, which I don't know much, but I know a little bit, and Snap-on, Snap-on's the shit. Get Snap-on anytime you can, man. It's good stuff. I don't have any stock in them or anything. I'm just a fan. Let's see. Present, I am one. Oh yeah, yeah. All the people in the chat that have a little purple star next to them, those are subscribers. You get a little badge next to your name when you are. And then you get to use the Charlie emoji. The one emote I'm allowed to have. I'm only allowed to have one emote as an affiliate. I'm not a partner. So I've opted to have